Good day, everyone. How are each and every one of you doing? Super excited to be here with you. My name is Tia White, and I am the GM for MarTech, AdTech, AI, and ML here at AWS. Today, we're going to talk about how user engagement can be boosted with Amazon Personalize. We will cover the case for personalization. We'll next go into the challenges and how hard it is to build user experiences and the vital things that we've learned through decades of experience here at Amazon. Then we'll dive deep into Amazon Personalize. I'm also excited, you will soon see one of my great customers, Curtis Anderson from Chewy. He will join me on the stage in a few minutes, and he is the Senior Director of Software Engineering for Search and Discovery at Chewy, where he will share his personal experience with Personalize. Personalization is everywhere, and something that each and every one of you have experienced. How many of you subscribe to a streaming service? I'm sure that you've noticed if you or your partner or your kid logs in, there's a very tailored fit experience for each of you that's different. Curated experience boosts customer loyalty and drives sustained engagement. When businesses engage through digital channels, they have the flexibility to make every touch point an experience tailored to specific user preferences, needs, and desires. As an example, online retailers can incorporate personalization into every aspect of the user experience, from the categories they choose to highlight, to the products being promoted, to the items users see in each content rel, even the artwork that is placed in particular places on the website. COVID changed all of our lives as we knew it. We were used to shopping brick and mortar and digital experiences, and COVID forced us to go purely digital. With that, things like personalization became must-haves, not nice-to-haves. Gen Z expects personalization. There was a survey that went out for several generations, and overwhelmingly, Gen Y and Gen Z shared that they expect personalization. For highly tailored, personalized experiences, they are more prone to come back and shop and be retained customers. 60% of the customers say they will be repeat customers after a personalized experience, which is up from 44% in 2017. Organizations that have implemented personalization strategies realize a 10 to 15% lift in revenue. With that, only 1 out of 4 companies truly have an omni-channel personalization experience. This is because building personalization solutions products are very hard. I joined AWS just a year ago. I just celebrated my 1-year anniversary. And prior to that, I had spent over a decade working for large financial institutions, software engineering, public cloud transformations, data transformations. And the last 3 to 5 years I spent in the machine learning and artificial intelligence from an applied side or aspect. And my most recent job prior to coming to AWS was responsible for building an omni-channel personalization solution. And let me tell you, it was difficult. It was one of the most challenging jobs I've had, but I knew it could be super rewarding for our users. It requires specialized skills and a significant amount of time and resources to build and maintain these solutions. Building and maintaining accurate and effective personalized models to meet ever-evolving user needs requires dedicated support, and there's a long tail that comes with that. You don't just build and they run. You build and you have to maintain, which comes with steep overhead. Developing and launching a robust in-house personalization solution can take months, and even if your data is perfect, it can still take years. Finding and retaining this sort of talent is hard. You're not just hiring full-stack engineers. You're not just hiring public cloud engineers. You are hiring data scientists, machine learning engineers, and the ability to attract that talent and retain them becomes grueling. Lastly, there is no master algorithm to solve all personalization use cases. These systems need to be nuanced with the ability to meet specific business needs and should not rely on static business rules. They should be dynamic. Having the ability to fine-tune recommendations enables companies to scale their personalization strategy efficiently and effectively. At AWS, we found that our customers were looking for support for 4 fundamental use cases. With these core elements, you are able to generate a broad array of personalized user experiences. First, user personalization. Personalized products and content recommendations tailored to a user's profiles and interests is known to generate higher conversion. Related items, also we call it in Personalize, similar items. Recommendations should not be caught up in the popularity traps. Similar item recommendations helps users discover new products or compare existing items in a catalog. Personalized ranking. Business priorities should promote specific content or products, such as seasonal merchandise or promotion items. And last but certainly not least, which is something we launched at re:Invent last year, intelligent user segmentation. Breaking through users means targeting your messages to the users that are most likely interested to buy, purchase, engage. And you want to mitigate over-messaging content that's not beneficial to users. With that in mind, in 2019, we built Amazon Personalize. It is a service that allows you to build personalized user experiences at scale with the same technology that Amazon has benefited from for decades. And guess what? It does not require machine learning expertise. Amazon Personalize is a fully managed service that goes beyond core modeling techniques and processes to allow you to tune recommendations and we include such features as allowing filter items, content based on past interactions, and item information. For example, filter out recently watched items, highlight a specific brand, or even add in trending items. You can optimize for any type of business metric that is important to your business, such as profit, margins, watch time, etc. Amazon Personalize offers real-time recommendations that quickly adapt to changing user intents. We automate and manage the entire machine learning development lifecycle, building, training, and deploying a model, reducing your time to deploy highly personalized solutions. Amazon Personalize's APIs seamlessly integrate into your tech stack and your business processes. You can apply the recommendations across websites, applications, marketing emails, push notifications, advertising campaigns, and more, eliminating high infrastructure costs and resource overhead. With AWS, you inherit the most comprehensive security compliance controls. With using Amazon Personalize, you strengthen your certification programs and ensure you're compliant. Your data is never shared. We only use your data for your models. We don't share it outside the service. We don't even share it with Amazon. It's private and secure just for you. Now let's dive into how Amazon Personalize works. First, you bring your data to Personalize, either by pointing Personalize to your S3 bucket or by streaming data directly through an API. The data can include user interaction history, such as views, sign-up purchases, metadata about your items, price, catalog details, or user information such as age and location. Next, you create a solution, one of our easy-to-use recipes that align to the most common recommendation use cases I mentioned earlier: user personalization, similar items, personalized ranking, intelligent user segmentation. When you create a solution, Amazon Personalize trains a custom model using your secure data. Next, you are able to fine-tune your recommendations to better meet unique objectives. You are able to tune exploration, which allows customers to better find new items. You can apply business rules and promote specific items, providing you more editorial control over your recommendations. And you are able to optimize recommendations for business metrics beyond relevance like revenue or margins. Finally, you access your recommendations through a real-time API that will update recommendations in response to changing user intent in session, or you can download recommendations in batch format, things like mass marketing communications. This recommendations generated by Personalize will consider the context for a given user, accounting for different behaviors between device type, location, time of day. Behind the scenes, Amazon Personalize performs all the steps you typically find in machine learning pipelines: processing and inspecting your data, identifying what features in your data are most meaningful, selecting the right algorithms and parameters, training and optimizing your machine learning models, and finally, providing real-time auto-scaling APIs. To power recommendations, Amazon Personalize uses a very large capacity deep learning sequential model. This model is able to take a set of sparse interactions between users and items to generate user and item embeddings that are used to predict likely to interact items. Sequential modeling makes our model well-equipped to learn both fast-changing and temporal drifts. The large capacity of our models allows us to encode long user histories. This allows models to be faithful to the diverse user interest. As an example, let's say you shop online at your favorite retailer. Typically, you buy athletic apparel, shoes, workout equipment, you name it. Most recently, you decided to purchase a gift for your mother-in-law, and you decided to purchase pots and pans. With the way Amazon is wired, we take into account the history and we do not bias the recent purchase. By encoding longer user histories, recommendations generated by Personalize are balanced and calibrated to tune and tap into the user's true preferences, no matter if it's longer purchase history or recent purchase history. Finally, Personalize's models seamlessly encode features based on the device, time, and location, which is crucial to generating recommendations that are relevant to the user's context. We are obsessed with making it faster and easier to deliver value to your users. We believe in rapid time to value. As we work with customers, we found that different touch points in the user's journeys require different types of recommendations, purpose-built for use cases and context. We also found that we could help optimize the underlying machine learning models for these recommendations based on how they could and would be used. With that, we built recommendations that are optimized for common use cases in industries such as retail and media and entertainment. This includes, for example, retail recommenders such as Recommended for You and bestsellers. You can also choose from pre-built recommenders optimized for online media and entertainment applications, including Top Picks for You, promotions, Because You Watched, and earlier this year we watched Trending Now for VOD, video on demand. With this relentless eye on making it as easy as possible to generate personalized user experiences, we teamed up with Amplitude this year, a leader in product analytics, to offer a great new way to generate recommendations for websites and apps. We knew that many of our customers were already using different MarTech tools to deliver their marketing campaigns, measure the effectiveness of their user experiences, and maintain their customer data. In order to bring our product closer to where our customers were already working, we built means of tenant data isolation and increased our limits to support large, multi-tenant deployments. This allowed Amplitude to launch recommendations powered by Amazon Personalize. Amplitude takes the data that you've already collected in their platform, stands up all of the AWS resources on your behalf, and serves recommendations through their Profiles API, all for an incredibly streamlined, fast, and efficient onboarding experience. The beauty of this offering is that experimentation and analytics are built in the product, so you can see the effectiveness of the personalization with no extra steps required. Let's talk about some of the key features Amazon Personalize has and how we quickly address some of the commonly faced challenges when building a personalized system. First, one of the most hardest and grueling challenges, what we call the cold start problem or the cold user problem. Systems require user interaction in determining relevance. It is challenging to recommend to anonymous users with no history of interactions, also known as unauthenticated users. We address cold starts in several ways, but one of the most powerful ways is the true real-time nature of our recommendations. Amazon Personalized real-time recommendations quickly respond to the user's changing intents. This means that the recommendations update and adapt in real time to the user's activity during a specific session. For example, If you are an anonymous shopper on your favorite retail site with no history for browsing because you clear your cache, no cookies, no login, Personalize will interact to your first interaction to promptly create recommendations tailored towards your interest. Target customers more accurately. How many of us have received an email from our favorite store or airline? And what effect did it have on you when it was useless? And let's say a week later, you receive another email from that same company. Do you open it? Do you delete it? Maybe you unsubscribe. With Amazon Personalize Intelligent Segmentation, we have a solution for you. Intelligent segmentation increases the likelihood that customers will engage with the brand and reduces potential communication fatigue. Traditionally, users are targeted based on manually curated rules that make assumptions about user intent, sorting them in a predefined one-size-fits-all audience. Amazon Personalize goes further using ML techniques, again, developed over decades from Amazon, and we find ways to create relevant interest for your users. Identify users interested in a genre, category, or anything else specific in your catalog. This is done automatically without a need to develop and maintain an extensive and brittle catalog of rules, thus enabling the ability to quickly promote specific content your users care about, find most appealing and helpful. Amazon Personalize also enables you to customize your recommendations by explicitly promoting specific items based on rules that align with your business goals while still ensuring the highest relevant possible, giving you maximum control. This year, we launched new filtering capabilities that gives you more editorial control over your recommendations. For example, you can use this feature to fill 10% of your carousel with newly launched items, or highlight specific inventory you want to ensure turns over before season end. Other examples include retail customers who want to upsell items. Let's say a customer has specific items in their cart. You can then show at checkout items with a slightly higher price point in hopes to generate additional revenue. The rules you define are up to you and do not have to be numerical. Amazon Personalize will automatically find the relevant items within the set of promotional items that meet your business rules and distributes them evenly in your personalized user recommendations. Finally, we know that measuring impact of recommendations is critical to understanding the return on investment. This year, we set out to do that. Just this month, we launched this feature. Customers can now measure the business outcome of personalization recommendations with any event sent to the system. Customers can then visualize and evaluate the impact on one or many recommendations to develop a more data-driven personalization strategy. Defining and measuring the business metrics that you want to track is easy. From either the Amazon Personalized Console or API, customers define a metric attribution, which is a list of interactions or event types that you want to evaluate and report on. For example, you may want to track two metrics, click-through rate for recommendations and total number of purchases. For each type, a customer simply defines the metric and function they want to evaluate, think sum or count. And Personalize performs the calculation and sends reports either to your CloudWatch account or an S3 account. Across retail, media and entertainment, travel and hospitality, and virtually every other industry that engages directly with customers, Amazon Personalize is making advanced, real-time personalization recommendations a reality for every business, no matter the shape or size. For example, Warner Brothers Discovery, a premier global media and entertainment company, saw total user engagement increase by 14% and cross-brand engagement increase by 12% when using Personalize. They also saw a 2 to 3 times increase in response rate using personalized promotions versus simply promoting the most popular items to consumers. And guess what? They launched a POC in 2 days. Traveloka, a Southeastern Asian travel and hospitality super app, first applied Personalize to recommend travel experiences to their users and found that we outperformed others, delivering 13% higher click-through rate than third-party models and 66% higher click-through rate than their in-house models. These results were so encouraging that they expanded the use of Amazon Personalize to recommend flights and hotels in their booking experiences. And Equinox saw a whopping 92% increase in engagement when using Amazon Personalize to recommend classes on their premier fitness application. We take feedback from our customers seriously and obsess over what our customers need. None of these advancements I have discussed today would have been possible without feedback from our valued customers. Today, again, I am honored to share the stage with Curtis Anderson, who will talk about Chewy's journey with Amazon Personalize.
Thank you, Tia. We've found our partnership mutually beneficial, and I'm excited to be here today to share with all of you our experience and our learnings. Our mission at Chewy is to be the most trusted and convenient destination for pet parents everywhere. Chewy should feel like your friend at your local pet store who knows you and knows your pets. I have two senior Bichons, Bella and Zoe, and you'll hear more about them as we go today. Both are on prescription dog food. Chewy, my pet store, should remind me to replenish my dog food and recommend the newest freeze-dried treats, Bella's favorite. As Zoe and Bella change, my experience on Chewy should also change. It should learn from me, my clicks, as I go through the experience. The experience I have today should be different tomorrow than it was today. This is how Chewy earns its trust with all of its pet parents, including Bichon owners. As we tailor our experience on Chewy, the preferences of pet parents, we aim to provide a seamless and convenient shopping experience. We work to reduce decision fatigue when customers know exactly what they are shopping for and provide a path for providing and discovering new products and services. Our goal is to achieve 100% personalization coverage across Chewy, highlighting the right items at the right time for each and every customer journey. To build trust and credibility, we're committed to building one-on-one relationships with customers. As customers share their preferences explicitly in setting up a pet profile or implicitly through interactions with the site. We listen and use these signals to improve experiences throughout our recommendations that are scalable to the millions of pet parents at Chewy. At Chewy, our machine learning starts with pet parents' intent and come up with the best scalable solution that makes their journey on Chewy personalized and convenient. We often consider the approach each scenario with optimizing for the best outcome. And in many cases, we may decide whether to build our own model or go externally. In 2022, we built a deep learning complementary model. This was a real-time model that understood a customer's cart content and recommended paired items. For example, if a customer added cat litter box to their cart, the next logical recommendation is cat litter. And as you can see in the top carousel here, in this example, our model did a great job of recommending four common complementary items added to their order. First, litter, cat treat, cat food, and then second, cat litter. However, what our model didn't understand was pet parents' preferences and their pet's personality. As we were evaluating the model where it was underperforming, which is something commonly we do, we identified a unique segment of customers who rarely purchase treats. For this segment, a treat is unlikely to convert, and it's taking up 25% of the real estate on the recommendations. This is a single example. The challenge is, how do you scale this across all user segments and all cart content? We began working with Amazon Personalize to improve recommendation relevance. Our team craftily applied personalized re-ranking recipe to the recommendation generated by our own model. You can see on the lower example, the personalized re-rank model eliminated treats from the recommendations. And then it boosted the pet parent's favorite brand for cat litter. And so this was a huge win for us. With Amazon Personalized Re-ranking Recipe, we saw a 12 basis point improvement in item relevance and a 25 basis improvement in increased advancement to the checkout before customer engaged with this carousel. The ability for us to quickly identify, quickly build a new ranking model, and then apply it to our experience was a huge win for our business. In contrast to the cat parents we discussed on the previous slide, in general, pets love treats. My dog, Bella, loves freeze-dried treats. They're her favorite. Our data shows that, especially for dog owners, treats are often the last item added to the cart prior to checkout. Just like you might grab some candy in a checkout line at the grocery store. We want customers to explore discretionary items such as treats when their treats not their primary intention. Our existing models showed treats had a 4% coverage in recommendations on the cart page, the last opportunity prior to checkout. We hypothesized that if we increase discovery of relevant treats, we could help parents build their basket and also reach the minimum spend for free shipping. With this hypothesis, we used Amazon Personalized Promotion feature to boost treats to customers on the cart page. This approach increased average basket size by 2% and increased the number of orders with treats by 25%. The beauty of this was Personalize allowed us to respond very quickly. Our data showed an opportunity to improve basket building, and in a matter of a few days, we were able to stand up a new solution and test it with our customers. So what's next? We're very proud of what we accomplished, but this is just the beginning of our work with Personalize. We are even more excited with what's next. Here are some of the highlights of Amazon Personalize will help Chewy deliver over the next coming months. Historically, our models were based on conversion and bias to the general population purchase behaviors. This gave our models strong momentum for previous behaviors, but made them slow to adapt to new information such as a customer change in preference, or a vet-recommended change in diet, or even if Zoe decided not to like freeze-dried treats anymore. In an interview with longtime customers, we find that they love finding new inspiration on our site. They love exploring both categories they have frequent and new categories. Our long-term pet parents have also provided with huge amounts of data through their purchases, previous browsing data, and product searches. Our goal is to understand this data suggests new items in inspiring customers. Hence, Chewy will use Amazon Personalized models to provide recommendation for you type content to help pet parents with their intents and discover new products. Our goal is to show customers their relative next best action item through not only the website, but also through various channels such as email, notification, and our mobile apps. Pet parents love to learn from fellow pet parents when they're shopping, especially when spending time exploring new and trending products or seasonal items for Halloween or Christmas. To foster this, we will partner with Personalize to use their Trending Now model in support of our tenant to have one-on-one relationships with pet parents. We will be able to personalize trending items based on customer pet breed, type, size, and health conditions. For example, if a pet parent has a corgi, we will show them personalized trending carousel called Trending Toys for Corgis. With these items, they are very discovered by corgi pet parents. In 2022, we personalized with Amazon Personalize to focus on making Chewy experience personalized for users that had a previous purchase history. This had a prerequisite that parents had to be signed in to their account. We realized we have a huge opportunity to build a one-on-one relationship with customers who have not signed in or are new customers with no purchase history. Our mission is to build trust and provide convenience for every pet parent, signed in or not. We will build on top of what we did in 22 by ingesting new interaction signals. We believe this upfront investment in new data sources for customers will accelerate the flywheel and connect users with Chewy. With these data sources, we will update our team's KPIs, just site-wide conversion, to include also conversion through multiple stages of the customer journey. An experience can't be relevant unless it's understanding a pet parent's most important shopping intent at the time of interaction. Intense change happen in lightning speed, and our experience degrades if we are not using real-time data. We cannot understand new and unauthenticated users without real-time data. Capturing teams' time to interaction data will allow us to transition from delivering pre-computed batch recommendations to recommending to respond, update quickly, anonymous users begin browsing. This transition will allow us to build trust by presenting recommendations to feel conventional and respond to our customers as they change their intents. Finally, our experience can't be relevant if we're not thinking about our recommendations being across all of our touch points. This will include our website, mobile apps, and also with our mobile site. I'm excited about our opportunity to continue Chewy's partnership with AWS, and continue to build magical experiences for our pet parents. I am personally passionate about machine learning, and I hope Chewy's story has helped inspire you to create and build something magical for your customers. And with that, I'll invite Tia back up.
All right. Thank you again for your time today. We are lucky to have been fortunate to spend this time with you and interact. Again, if you have other questions, we'll be around for a few minutes, and there are QR codes. Please feel free to connect with us on LinkedIn. I'm here for the remainder of the week. Thank you.